This is Jonathan Agger of Fifth Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Gareth A Davies. There it is, Call of the Warrior, his new book, his first book. Gareth's taken you 5 years. Talk us through it. Where can everyone get this book? It's a really good read. I just had a look at it. Great photography. We'll bring Sonia in a minute, but yeah, talk to us about this. I can tell how proud you are of the book.
5 years work, 5 years work from 34 years in the industry. Through heart attack, stroke, brain bleed, crashes, writer's block, imposter syndrome, shoulder injury, just not wanting to do it anymore. And Sonia saying to me, do not die before you finish the 29 essays in this book. I'm still here. Sonia's done an amazing job with the co-creator Salman and 3 other photographers, Louis Kassam, Chris Floyd and Carlo Chianti. The photographs are amazing. The idea of the book, 256 pages, 2.2 kilos, people get bored of hearing this, in weight. It is a piece of art, we hope. It delves deep into photography, insight, beauty, the journey, the narrative of fighters and why they feel that unusual call to do what we all love in this industry. We benefit because of their sacrifice, tales of redemption, lunacy, antagonism, bravado, machismo. The women, Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, are in the book. Just the neuro tribe, as I call it, that they belong to. They're hunters. It's been an amazing journey. I'm very grateful to Sonia and to Salman, who are behind you over there, for painstakingly putting together. As I say, I do feel it's a work of art. I'm so proud of it. I didn't realise till we went to Empress London Printers how much it was going to get me, because it has been a labour of love all the way through COVID, all those illnesses and injuries and things, and now it's here, solid, like a newborn baby. Look after it. Please buy it. hailmarypublishing.co.uk. All the links to go and buy the book that'll be sent out for you. It's a great Christmas present. Are on our social media, on Sonia Jasinski's social media, on Hail Mary Publishing social media. That's HAIL Mary Publishing, and on my social media. Just very proud and honoured that so many people turned up to the launch here at the Queen's Pub in Primrose Hill, where Fraser, the manager, has been a friend for a while, where the genesis of the book began. We sat here for 10 hours in a cubbyhole going through thousands of photographs to choose them for the book, and the kind of the headers for the essays, the fallen angel that Ryan Garcia is, the crazy man that Tio Lopez is. All the major stars are here, and we're hoping to do a volume 2 and volume 3. So get volume 1 while you can.
Sonia, can I just bring you in? I know you're filming. Just wanted to, just because some of the photos in there are incredible.
Particularly like?
I like the Devon Haney ones.
Yes. He's having his hair cut.
Obviously, you've got great access. Just tell us, how did you find working on the book?
The Ryan Garcia story was an interesting one, because I actually showed him a bunch of the photos that I had already had, like a PDF, and I managed to get his number and I sent it to him. I sent him a bunch of the photos and I said, hey, like, this is what the idea, this is a project that I'm doing. And here are the photos that I've taken already, and would you like to be a part of this? And he was like, absolutely, count me in. And I said, okay, what do you want to do? I was in LA at the time, because it was a week before a Canelo fight in Vegas, and I said, okay, where should we meet? And he just said, I have to go try on my suit at Dolce. Yeah, so he said, I have to go try on like my suit at Dolce & Gabbana with my brother. Why don't you come with me there? And I was like, that's perfect. I'd literally come there and take some snaps of you trying your suit on and getting measured up. And that's kind of the perfect situation for some like reportage, the fly on the wall, just hanging out that people don't get to see. You know,
we haven't used that word yet today, actually, in our speeches. Reportage as well. Because if you go back to the Taschen books and Muhammad Ali, and we've just celebrated the 50th anniversary of the Rumble in the Jungle, there was so much reportage around, and it's just coming back, isn't it? That style, that milieu, that genre,
bringing it back
that
from
genre,
the 60s and 70s.
Exactly.
That's the only photography I really love.
Black and white is cool. It's rock and roll.
It's emotional. It's emotional. It's palpable. You feel something. Yeah, and like it's just documenting. Nothing's staged. Nothing's really staged in the book.
Talking of rock and roll, this is Robert Plant of Led Zeppelin's favourite pub. He lives just around the corner.
Yeah.
And he will be coming and joining us at some point.
I haven't seen him in here yet, but I've heard that this happens. Yeah.
Well, I'll definitely put a link in the description to this so people can buy the book. Gareth, just a few quick questions for you about boxing. Wow, a lot's been going on in boxing. First of all, obviously yesterday, Conor Benn announced that, the NADP cleared him of his drug charges. Obviously, I think UCAD have the option to appeal. But what's your reaction? Good to see Conor back.
From memory, I think UCAD have got, is it 2 or 3 weeks to appeal? Well, you'd hope they won't now, because he's been through the mill for 2 years and a month. That's when he was, October the 8th, wasn't it? We're November the 7th. 2 years and a month since he was due to face Chris Eubank in a ring in, what was it, the O2 Arena at the time, wasn't it? That aborted Wednesday press conference. He really has been through the mill. He's talked about contemplating suicide in that period. It's gone up and down. They've gone all the way around the block in the management and handling of it. Hasn't been a good time. He's a very young man. It feels like he's served his time. Not everyone will agree with me, but I think he has. I had a sit down with him in Riyadh at Better Be Evan Bivol. He's repentant. I think there were some public relations mistakes at the time, and we touched Talk Sport microphones at one point to call the piece because he'd slapped the microphone out of my hand. I didn't take it personally, by the way. I've never called him a cheat, by the way, officially or publicly. I wish him well. I hope he is able to sit down around a table with the boards and with his promoter Eddie Hearn and move forwards and have some big fights. Maybe a warm-up fight. I want to see him in the ring at middleweight against Chris Eubank Jr. Still a massive fight.
Anthony Joshua, we know, is not taking the rematch with Daniel Dubois. Have you spoken to AJ or his team? And you said from the start, look, I want to see the Wilder fight. I don't want to see him rematch Dubois. So, what's your reaction?
Well, old school wisdom dictated that mauling, that type of mauling, we know his avenged defeat against Andy Ruiz straight away when he was stopped by him in New York 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago now. Brilliant in the rematch, better in the rematch against Alexander Usyk, but he didn't suffer catastrophic defeats. They were flash knockdowns against Andy Ruiz when he had him hurt. This was a mauling against Daniel Dubois, and conventional wisdom said he needed to rebuild himself a little bit, rebuild the mental and emotional scars. When we talked about the book just now, Call of the Warrior, some of that book delves into the mindset of fighters, that the efficacy of their performance sometimes, if it doesn't go right for them, does affect them as a human being. They're grieving a loss. It's not just a football game or a rugby match or a cricket test. They're getting beaten up. He got beaten up, and he got beaten up quickly by Daniel Dubois. He still had the minerals to keep going. For me, maybe have a Deontay Wilder fight, maybe have a Dillian White fight, maybe have a Tyson Fury fight. Wait to see what happens between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. Tyson Fury wins that, he could fight Anthony Joshua in the interim before Fury looks maybe to have a trilogy with Usyk. There's lots of possibilities. Joshua's still a commercial behemoth. You put him in the ring now with Deontay Wilder and people announce the fight and they go, no, I don't want to see that, but they'll watch it. There's still those fights. Have we waited for that fight for 6 years? Let's still do it.
Have you spoken to AJ since the fight?
I haven't spoken to him personally. I like the way he handled. He's not very accessible to us in the media. I've spoken to his team, his people, and I think within a couple of weeks, they were looking hard at what they should do next, and they've taken the right decision.